People who advocate for weed and its medicinal benefits don't actually care about the medicinal part. The majority just want to get stoned without getting judged for it. I smoke a bowl each night so I can actually fall asleep. My leg hurts, so I smoke weed for it. Have you heard what weed can do for your /insert health problem here /? Try smoking indica, it'll clear that right up. Let's not kid ourselves, the grand majority of people who smoke pot do it to get high. Of course there are people who do have legitimate health stuff that they treat with weed, but come on. Most people are just trying to get stoned but don't feel comfortable enough to admit it, so they blame it on a health reason. You're most likely not smoking because you get headaches, but rather because you want to binge watch Netflix and eat a pint of Ben & Jerry's without people giving you shit for it. Edit. Not sure where some of you are getting the idea that I don't want weed to be legal from this post. I'm all for legalizing weed. This post has nothing to do with legalization. My whole point was that most people who smoke pot do it to get stoned but use it as a medical excuse so that other people won't judge them. Should people judge them? No, but there is still a stigma attached to pot. Edit. I also clearly stated in this post that I know there are people who do smoke it for medical reasons and it helps. Once again, I never said that it didn't. All I am saying is that the grand majority are just trying to get stoned lol. Edit. Wow, this post sure hit a nerve for a lot of people. Maybe you guys should go smoke a bowl and chill out. LMAO, I have no desire to ever smoke weed, same with my mom, but she's in so much pain, I would love for her to be able to use medical marijuana. Couldn't care less what others think, just don't want to get arrested because I want to smoke a plant. My mother hit menopause last year. She tods, turns, sleeps terrible. For the last 2 weeks she had been smoking before bed, sleeps like a champ. Call it what you will, my mother got her life back. A big reason I want it legalized is because I am a daily user, non-medicinal, but that doesn't mean that I don't want it legalized to help others. The point is we all either want to use it or need to, and the government shouldn't be sending people to prison for it. A childhood friend of mine went from having 10+ seizures a day to less than 1 a week because of CBD and using marijuana medicinally. The marijuana industry was demonized years ago because powerful men didn't want people to start using hemp, which is more cost-effective and better for the environment, instead of paper, plastic, wood. Hemp is so useful, but its name was smeared and it got banned in the US in 1937. There are many reasons to want marijuana to be legalized. While some may want it for selfish reasons, we can't ignore that the medical benefits are great. Literally, who gives a shit why they advocate it? Both can be true at the same time. I don't think the majority argue for medicinal benefits, they argue for legalization. Only upvoting because it's an unpopular opinion. It actually offers genuine relief for PTSD as well as relief from cancer symptoms. I speak as someone who had witnessed both firsthand. I haven't actually smoked in years. Never smoked in my life, I didn't care if people did it, but I've had pain in my hands and neck for like 5 years. A couple weeks ago I smoked for the first time and for a whole week afterwards the pain was gone. It was actually amazing, so I am all for medicinal purposes. I did not enjoy being high, but the pain relief was worth it. When I renewed my card I did it all online without speaking to a doctor, and the only relevant information I gave was that I have chronic pain in my back and knees. That's it, nothing more in depth than that. I then submitted a selfie and paid the application fee. Few days later I have a card for 2 years. The entire industry is one big wink and nod. I like getting stoned, and sure, most of the time, I am just watching TV, when partaking. But that does not mean that it doesn't help medically. It helps me with anxiety, social interactions, sleep, being able to relax, and with the ability to focus. One's body knows very well what it needs and will automatically gravitate towards its needs. For example, I was low on magnesium a while back. Had no clue about it. Would love eating avocados, walnuts and mushrooms. Didn't realize that these are the foods that are high in magnesium. Then I got onto supplements and my love for avocados, mushrooms and walnuts has subsided rapidly. Similarly, some people gravitate towards marijuana, while some don't. Maybe it is their body telling them it needs the cure. I feel that is the case for me. Weed can have medicinal benefits for everyone who enjoys it. Those benefits may be physical, such as pain relief. But the mental benefits should not be overlooked, for they are what most people are after. Deleted. Isn't getting stoned just a treatment for clinical boredom? I really don't want to get high. I want to keep reading my book. I want to remember everything I have to do. I want my headaches to go away. I don't want to turn into an asshole because I'm in pain. Unfortunately, weed is a blunt tool which does work for some of my issues. So I use it. But I freaking hate some of the side effects. I really don't know of that many people who later in life just want to get high. Most of us just want to feel good. Sometimes weed enables that which would be otherwise impossible to achieve. But it has very distinct downsides. But I'd much rather just enjoy life without relying on a substance. Unfortunately, that does not seem possible. From my experiences, a lot of people who smoke do it because of some underlying mental health issue. For example, when someone is depressed and don't want to take antidepressants due to the various side effects, weed is a good substitute. Although, at least where I'm from, you can't get a medical card for depression or anxiety, so legalizing it allows people to use it medically where they otherwise could not. But I see your point because I also just enjoy getting high. I have PTSD and rheumatoid arthritis, my wife has MS and epilepsy. Just trying to make life a little more livable and enjoyable. But for sure most people don't fall into this category. I was a pothead for a long while and finally gave it up. No other group of people lies more to themselves and everyone else than weed heads. Whether you believe it or not, I quit smoking pot when I was 22. Due to a head injury when I was 40, I started having seizures. After 2 years, and 5 different types of anti-seizure medication, I was still having serious seizures. Had to be put on a ventilator 3x and went into a coma 2x. At work one day I was feeling bad and a friend, who had been bugging me for months to try it, convinced me to cause I could feel it coming on. I took a few hits and it blew me away, stopped it almost immediately. Smoking pot again at age 40, I felt embarrassed and hid the fact that I did, as I could have got fired even if I didn't smoke it at work because you'll fail a drug test even if you haven't smoked it in a week. You can have your opinion, but it's narrow-minded and wrong. I didn't believe it would help me, but it's been great for me. Do you know that they have pot made especially for seizure patients? It won't get you high. It was developed specifically for a young girl who was having several seizures a day and worked great, all but stopping them. I understand some people will never believe it works for many health issues, but it does. I truly hope you never have to find out, because it means you're having some kind of healer problem. It's been a blessing for me. I would disagree with your opinion that most people just smoke it to get high and blame it on a medical problem so they won't be judged. Personally, most people who smoke it don't give a damn what people think nowadays. It's legal, so really no reason to lie why you're smoking it. If they say it's for a health problem, then it probably is. Peace.